Welcome to sportsbookreview.com, and the smile says it all. I'm Flash, and this is Serie, and we have been absolutely on fire. Alex and I will just playing a little bit of a supporting role for our number one striker, who cannot miss at the moment. But first of all, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we'll notify you, and you'll never miss any content. And boy, do you not want to miss any content of Serie with Tancredi Palmieri, who will be real nice. I'm just going to turn there. I'm just going to mute my... I don't like listening to myself, funnily enough. My fault. Got off to a great start there. Okay. Now,
the technology is in front of you, like always.
Alex, if it's a chance to batter me, then you can just batter me, all right? But there's also, you press the link in the description.
Is on top of you a little bit.
I know. I just wanted to listen to myself twice, but it's a link in the description. If you press that, then that will take you over to articles wrote by Alex, by Tan, by Dave, by Martin, and everybody else across the board of SBR Sports World. Now, boys, I want to crack on today. I don't want no messing about. First of all, obviously, we've got Alex and we've got Tancredi, but Tancredi will be renamed. Arise, Sir Tancredi, Sizzle Mode, Palmieri. I'm going to go to you first, Tan. What a great week for you.
Well, what should I say? I'm feeling
nothing.
Like
okay, Alex.
Nothing. You say what happened. You say what because
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Alex, what happened last week?
It happened because for the second time he's muted. Mute him for the entire show because he will do like the last time that the Tan Madness hit, and he will do the same now again. Because he went 5-0 the last week. But tell him that this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
Yes,
But it's all for the viewers. It's not for Tancredi. The fact that I got the 5-0 in the first week and the 5-0 last week, it's all for you. It's not for me. It's all for you.
Okay, well, remember, you're our third member in the chat, so get yourselves in there. Maybe give a little bit of advice to Tancredi because he's probably going to listen. Remember, it's a team game. But we're going to crack straight on because we've got plenty of games we're doing back-to-back. So remember, we've got the Bundesliga. And following the Bundesliga show, you'll want to get and find out who's got who in the Champions League draw. And that's why we're going to be making sure that there's no chit-chat. Freddie's
but
in
Flash,
the...
We don't see the graphics of what happened last week.
This is what he wanted to do right now, where you are rushing, man.
Sorry. I'll stay here just.
Freddie, Tancredi said, can you put the record up, please? There you go. Alex. Alex is quite happy there on just sitting at 0.05. He always tiptoes the first few weeks, but honestly, he will be right now. Tancredi at plus 679. That is just unbelievable. 11 units, 10 wins. I don't know what that one loss is. We'll have to get someone else in if he continues that sort of behaviour. Flash, I'm up at 1.3. I'm quite happy with that. The parlay, we've had one winner, one loser, which means we're up at 1.53. But look at that total.
I think that the parlay you did a mistake is 0.53, not 1.53.
No, it isn't. No, it is.
No?
1.53 because we had one loser, which loses 1 unit, but our parlay winner was 2.53.
Exactly. So 0.53.
No, our winner was plus 253.
Plus 250. Okay.
Yeah, so don't worry. You're getting worse than Tancredi. Okay,
you sound like two English ons from the Yorkshire quarreling about the dogs. Mine is much better. No, yours is worse. No, mine is better.
So as I said, there's going to be no rubbish, no chit-chat. We're going to get straight on with the games.
Right.
And here we are, 20 minutes into the show. Right. I'm coming to you then first, Mr. Red Hot Palmieri. Fiorentina minus 133. Draw plus 290. And Sampdoria at plus 410. Sampdoria so disappointing. And I tell you something, they continue that. Mr. Ranieri, he's not going to see the season out.
Give it time. Come on.
You don't get time at Sampdoria.
I think you have a little bit of time. Last year he was good in picking them up from the last place where they were. Yeah, very disappointing. The comeback they conceded to Benevento, and it's not like from one day to the other they woke up and things changed. But for sure, we will see a reaction. On the other side, Fiorentina, that were good in the first game in the win against Torino, and even better against Inter, even if they lost. But it was a 4-3 defeat, many chances, many things happening. So I think that Fiorentina will keep going in their form, but they will concede something more. And maybe they will drop a bit, Fiorentina, because, the decisive guy in the first two games, the decisive guys have been Frank Ribéry and Federico Chiesa. But Federico Chiesa maybe will play very distracted because it could be his last game as a Fiorentina player because he's so close to move to Juventus. So maybe his performance won't be exactly the same. And Fiorentina is spending a lot from Chiesa. And considering for sure there will be a reaction from Sampdoria because they lost too badly with Benevento. So I would go with a safe both teams to score. I think in European odds you can find at 1.65.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's absolutely nailed on, Alex, that both teams score here. But I like Fiorentina. I liked them before the season started, and I'm not going to go away from them now because Sampdoria, for me, they haven't got an identity at the moment.
If you think about it, Sampdoria improved from that 3-0 defeat to Juventus. They won 3-2 against Benevento. Wow, what a shit show there with 2-0 up and losing 3-2. Come on. You have to be mentally ill to lose that kind of game against a newly promoted side. But again, Sampdoria is the kind of team that saved themselves from relegation with Ranieri last season. They suffered, they struggled all season long, if you remember, before Ranieri came in. And you said that we will not see Ranieri. And Tancredi said that, wait, let's give him time. But David Wagner didn't have time at Schalke. So everything is possible in Europe with these coaches. We expect whatever is happening there at the top of the directors, the board of directors, to wake up in one morning and say, okay, you are out. Fiorentina, indeed, they played good. Also, they played good against Inter. They were very, very unlucky to lose that game. They could have gone 4-2 up easily against that struggling defense of Inter. But again, like Tancredi said, Chiesa, one of their most important players. The problem right now, I'm reading that Juventus cannot legally spend the kind of money that Fiorentina want for Chiesa. So it might, sorry about my voice, I'm a lot under the weather. I kept putting paracetamol and teas to do the shows, but after that I will go back in bed. So I think that Juventus are not allowed to spend right now 40 million euros, if I was reading correct. So it will be an exchange probably.
No, not really. Not really. It will be like we give you a slice of the money now, and we pay the rest in the next 2 following years. Anyway, it's a different formula there.
So do we see Fiorentina and Sampdoria both scoring, Alex?
In my opinion, Fiorentina should keep Chiesa till the end of the season because with this coronavirus, the prices dropped badly. So next year, the price of Chiesa, if he performs good this season, it will increase. I think that Fiorentina will win the game at 1.7, but this is just a lean. I'm not pulling the trigger on that.
Okay, and we really appreciate that you've got out of your sick bed to hold hands with Tan now. Sassuolo at -183, draw +380, Crotone at +650. It's a home win. How do we get the value, please, Alex?
Oh, yeah, we have a great value here. What to say about Crotone and what to say about Sassuolo? Sassuolo, like I said also in my article, I think that they look something like a new Atalanta side. I think that together with Atalanta, they are the most exciting teams in Serie A right now. I pressed the button on Monday, Sassuolo and over 1.5 units, 1.5 goals in the match, 2 units banker on Twitter. At 1.7 it was, but now it's at 1.62. So I'm going with Sassuolo and over 2.5 goals in the match against Crotone at 2.0. A Crotone side that we said it at the beginning of the season, but we'll repeat it also now. They will go down.
Okay, Envano says Sassuolo to score in both halves, Tan.
Love it. Love it.
Look, that is a very good one. Sassuolo will score from the very beginning. Obviously, the odds are, and it's all on Sassuolo, but it's too low, or to be honest, to suggest Sassuolo. We saw that, anyway, goals are coming when Crotone is playing away and when Sassuolo is almost always playing. Almost always when they are playing, goals are coming. So, a good, for sure. You can go with that. I prefer to go with over 2.5 goals. It's at 160 European odds. Again, it's more safe.
Yeah, you know what he's doing? He's protecting his record.
No, I'm going with what I feel could be where you can win. Otherwise, I can give you things where I don't believe.
You learn from the past. Flash was doing the same thing last season.
Hey, listen, we're coming into in Europe. We're going into them autumn months, and I often see the squirrels. They're out and they're storing their nuts. So Tancredi, the squirrel, Palmieri. Okay, let's move on. Tan, I'm coming to you. Genoa plus 250. The draw at plus 260. Torino plus 100. Looks like a draw. I can't split these two sides, even though I like Genoa.
I think you want to leapfrog this game, yes. Flash, because 15 minutes ago, there has been an official communication that the game has been postponed due to the 15 coronavirus cases.
17.
Excellent. Move on.
Now,
Udinese at plus 400, draw plus 300, and Roma at minus 130. Tan.
Look, Udinese has been possibly one of, maybe the biggest disappointment so far. It's not like anybody is expecting anything particular from Udinese, but they are a decent 12 position, 13 position side. But they lost against Verona. You can lose against Verona, but they really didn't have any sparkle. The thing is that they lost at home against debutant Spezia. Spezia that was only playing their second games ever in Serie A. Spezia that is not at all comparable as a squad to Udinese, not at all. Actually, in both games, they have created chances. They were there. It's not like they completely disappeared. They have been very inconsistent in defense. Basically, what happened is that they have the same attack, the same defense. They have put many young players in the middle. So they are very unbalanced, and many times they are unbalanced because they try to attack, but they don't have any more that experience. They lack that experience in the middle to protect defense. In this way, they have conceded to Verona and to Spezia in counter-attack. They must strike back in some way, okay? Roma, though, has built confidence. Draw against Juventus, they would have signed for that before the game, but after the game, actually, they were feeling like, wow, we could have got much more. So they are building on game. Dzeko is definitely part of the squad, so he will be with free mind finally in playing. It's hard to predict who is going to win, even if things are going in the direction of Roma, but I prefer to go on both teams to score. They will play this game, and in European odds is at 1.65 at the moment.
Okay, another one of those storing the squirrels, Alex. He's protecting it massively.
I mean, it's a danger to combine something in this match. Yes, Roma better in the second match against Juventus. I can say that they were a bit unlucky not to win that match. Dzeko is back, and he will probably understand that he will not leave Roma this season. Okay, you never know, because we still have some time till the end of the transfer window. But I wouldn't touch Roma at 1.62 or 6.3 right now. If you wanna go with something from this match, you can easily go with Roma halftime, full time, because Udinese were dreadful in both matches. So at 2.5, just a lean on that. Just a lean on that Roma halftime, full time.
Okay, well then let's kick straight on to the next game, Alex. I'll start with you. We've got goal shy Atalanta at -350, draw +550, and Cagliari at +1100. I cannot believe the way that Atalanta have started this season.
Yes, Papu Gomez. I have a T-shirt with him, by the way. So Papu Gomez is absolutely amazing at his age. He played his 201 game yesterday, and he was absolutely on fire. Since he joined Atalanta in 2014, I think that he is the best assister in the league with 58. The best.
Not only,
the most.
He has just earned the best foreigner scorer in the history of Atalanta.
Wow. So Atalanta, they keep on scoring. Atalanta are amazing. What to say about this match? Not a lot. I think that we will see. I think that we will see goals. I think that Atalanta again will. If you remember last season, their average of scoring goals was 3 per game. Now they scored 8 in 2 games, and it was against good sides. We can say Lazio won the main one, and after that Torino. Now they have Cagliari. There is no value in a straight Atalanta win, but I think that they can easily cover the -1.5 Asian handicap at 1.76. I am not betting on this game again.
Okay, no worries at all. Tan, what about team total? Atalanta over 2.5 goals. Do they score 3?
It's a good point, but I go in a different direction. It's not part of my 5 picks, but Atalanta played midweek, and it was a tough game against Lazio, where they gave a lot. Cagliari are so far decent at defending. Not great, but decent at defending. And they know that if they play in the same way as Atalanta, they are crashed. There is no competition in that way. I see Atalanta coming out anyway. It's not part of my top 5 picks, but I think there is value in going with draw halftime, with Atalanta still feeling the struggling for the effort they put in this midweek, and then Atalanta winning full time, and it is at a solid 5 European odds. It's
so
something
basically he's trying to say Atalanta to win both halves.
Draw
half time.
Draw at halftime. Sorry.
Draw half time. Yeah. Okay.
Alex is sick. We can forget.
Draw at halftime. Atalanta full time.
Yeah, but it's a lean. It's not one of his selections. It's just a lean. I mean, you could also go with over 3.5 goals in the game, because then that brings in 3-1, 4-0. 4-1. I mean, Alex Classic might be up there as well now. Surprise. Here we go. Benevento at +190, draw +260, and Bologna at +150. Bologna, they were impressive the other day. I know that they weren't up against much, but they seem to be one of those sides, if they're on it, they're a match for anyone, Tan.
But see, I was very sure in the win against Parma, very, very sure. People were still asking on Monday, and I said, go for it, and they won for 1. I think they are staying focused. Anyway, Benevento are going to be, even if they are disadvantaged on a quality side, But anyway, they had a bit of electricity. 3 goals and 2 considered against Sampdoria. 2 goals and 5 considered against Inter. Even if Bologna are fairly and largely favorite, what I'm picking here, looking at the second half of Bologna and Benevento so far, is a good over 1.5 goals in the second half. Even if it is over 1.5 in the second half, you can find that 170 European odds, and it is very good.
I'm not complicating this game. It's one I've already pressed the button on, Alex. I've gone with Bologna at plus 150.
Plus 150, it was, I think that in the morning. Now we dropped to plus 115.
I know.
So it's a huge drop. Yeah, if you want to go with that, I prefer the Alex Classic here, to be honest. Both team to score in the over 2.5 goals. Or even for more value, you can go with Bologna and both team to score at 4.0. That is a very good bet also. But I don't have it on my lists. I want to see another match of Benevento before touching on their games.
Okay, no worries at all. This is probably the biggest game of the weekend, except for the bottom one, as you can see down the left-hand side. Remember, there's 111 of you that are watching. There's only 35 thumbs up. What have you got against some of you? Your button's not working. Just see that little thing like that. Press it. It'll turn blue, and it'll mean that you appreciate the lad's work, especially Sir Tancredi Squirrel Palmieri. Okay, Lazio at plus 185, draw plus 265, and Inter at plus 140. Inter look every part the serious challenger, if not champion-elect already, Alex.
Yes and no. One defender, if they have, which probably is Diego Godin that they sold. One extra defender because to do so many mistakes at the back for a team that is trying to compete with Juventus for the title is a little bit outrageous. Okay, I understand. You scored 5. You conceded 2 against Benevento.
I think that's the way they'll go. I think that's the way they'll go all season. They'll almost be like an upper class or a grade up on how Roma used to be. I think they're going to be looking to score 3 and 4 every week.
A little bit lucky, to be honest, with Fiorentina. Again, we talked about it. They were. This is the 6th time in the history of Serie A, and Inter are the top team that is doing this. That they were down. They were trailing their opponents in the 85th minute, and they won the match. This is the 6th time in the history that they are doing it, and this is the most in the Serie A in the history. So what that means? It means that Antonio Conte did some good changes, coming with Vidal, Nainggolan, Sanchez, and Sensi and Hakimi. So in 15 minutes, in 12 minutes, he restarted the whole team, and brilliant from Hakimi in both matches. Sanchez, again, good. Vidal, we know how important it is for this kind of teams, for Conte's strategy. Sensi, I love him. Nainggolan looks to be a great player that will do his job coming from the bench there in the 75th minute there, because he's a fighter and we like that passion of his. Hakimi, already goals and assists in the first 2 matches. He's absolutely incredible. Lukaku started where he finished, scoring goals for fun. I'm very surprised with D'Ambrosio, to be honest. He helped in both matches. So this Inter side looks very, very good. On the other side, we have Lazio, that obviously they were trashed by Atalanta. The score is too drastic. I think that who saw the match realizes that they didn't have the final touch in front of goal there. They could have scored also on their own at least 3, if you ask me. So they have a great potential in front. They are absolutely amazing going forward, and we will see that probably starting this round or in the next rounds. So I think that it will be a goal fest in this one. I'm seeing second half goals over 1.5 at 1.83, and this is an official bet for this round.
Excellent. I look at it and think Alex classic all the way.
Yes.
Stay away from the winners market. Tan goals, but Inter going to go and win again.
Let's analyze the game. Inter.
We ain't got time to be analysing.
I've been waiting to talk for like half an hour. Give you a moment to explain. Inter are conceding a lot, but they are creating a lot. Now, against Fiorentina, they have risked. They have camped in Fiorentina half pitch, but every time that there was a transition, Inter was risking the head. Against Benevento, they did concede something, but Benevento are quite different. Now, Lazio is the first proper opponent with all the things in place that they are facing that actually can make them pay their strategy. And I think that Conte probably will fix the defensive phase, but it's too soon, because against Benevento, I saw that things were already still happening. And even if some of the starting defenders were actually the right ones, but things were that hadn't changed really. Now Lazio are coming from a 1-4 against Atalanta, where actually they weren't deserving such a huge result. Atalanta deserved to win, but they did create. They had chances. They weren't that lucky. Now probably this has also boosted inside Lazio a huge will of striking back, of being more focused, of being more cynical and more concrete in the chances that Inter will concede. So for this reason, I see that this time around, Inter could pay for their misfocusing, and I say then double chance about Lazio, so Lazio to win or draw, which actually I was surprised, because in European odds you can find at 170, and a home double chance on Lazio Inter at 170, in my opinion, is good.
Yeah, I like that, but I also like over 3.5 goals in the game at plus 160. Now move on. I wouldn't be surprised if both of you have put a line through this. It's Parma at plus 210, draw plus 230, Verona at plus 200. Parma are quickly becoming the Schalke of Serie A, Tan.
Yeah, a bit, yes. It's not in my top 5 picks, but by inches, because it was close to be. Verona are always very clinical. Parma still don't know what they want to be, what they want to do. They were a counter-attack side. Now they want to be an offensive side possessing the game. Still don't have the mentality for that. It's not clear if Gervinho will stay or if finally Inter will take him. So many things going on. It's true, Verona favorite, but looking at how desperate are Parma, and how in some way they are trying to shake the things and making things happen, and then just doing mistakes, I would go, when I saw the odds, I would go more on over 2.5 goals, which is very high. In European odds is at 2.1, or the easy, simple over 2.5 goals.
Just over 2.5 goals in the game at plus 110, Alex.
The mindset of the players is not okay. Like Tan said, Gervinho is thinking about a transfer, and probably right now Gervinho is the most important player with Parma. They lost Kulusevski, the most important player, the one that is playing right now with Juventus, and we saw him in 2 matches, and he is great. So this Parma side is struggling mentally, not only on the pitch here. So we have to understand that Verona are the organized team. They are defending very well. They strike on the break. They are very smart. No matter if they don't possess huge players, huge names, they act like a team, and this is very important when you play against teams with no mindset. So the odds are the value is here with Verona with the draw no bet at 1.84. This is a good approach. It's not on my top 4 picks for this round, but if you want to take it, this is the value in my opinion.
No, I totally agree. I'd already wrote that. I thought the best way to go here was Verona with a draw no bet. I thought Verona might just strangle Parma, hit them on the break. I'm not so sure about the over 2.5 though, but Parma always seem to score almost like Cologne in the Bundesliga and almost like Schalke that they get beat anyway. Now, here's my team. I'm happy with the way they've started. Remember, 25-1 each way and I think they were 6-1 to be in the top three. Then it's Milan at -420, draw +600, Spezia at +1400. Alex, Milan, they look strong, they have belief, and they have no Zlatan.
Yes, they have no Zlatan, but no matter that they have no Zlatan, they showed that they can still be a great team without Zlatan. I think that Zlatan is more with the morale. I think that he is the coach from the pitch. This is how we say from such a kind of player with so much experience. He's playing with the team. He's boosting the morale of the players. He knows how to talk with them on the pitch and give them confidence and energy. I think that we still miss him. They still miss him. I think that if he was against Crotone, we could easily see a 3-4-0 against AC Milan last weekend. Let's not forget that they have also Europa League games. So they are playing 2 games per week. This is very, very important, but they will rotate the squad in Europa League, and they will play their best team in Serie A. This is what they did against Bodo Glimt. This is what they did against Shamrock Rovers, and I'm expecting them to do the same today. So I'm going Milan -1.5 on the Asian handicap at 1.73. I think that at home they will be able to cover that spread against a Spezia side that, yes, they won against Udinese, but Udinese, everyone can beat them nowadays.
Tan, you're actually in Milan, ear to the ground. Are they starting to believe the impossible might just be possible?
No, not yet. Not yet. They know it's a bit too long shot for them. And now it's the beginning. All in all, they faced, yes, Bologna at home, then Crotone. So wait a moment. Now, tonight is very important. They play at Villa do Conde against Rio Ave. A tough game.
Very tough.
Not difficult team, but tough team. Like, can complicate the things even if they have not much quality. They will feel this. And I think that they are not going to rotate the squad, actually, because Rebic is not there, Ibrahimovic is not there, Leao is still not recovered, so they have sold Paquetá, so they are going to squeeze as much as they can. So we are talking before they play that game, and it is true they will suffer that effort, but mind, also Spezia played in midweek and played at Udine, and it was a game that was tough till the end. They scored the second goal only in minute 94, and Spezia definitely don't have the squad to play 2 games in a week, and they struggle until the end. So normally maybe Milan would feel that, maybe not this time. I don't know if they will win with a large gap, but they say anyway Milan winning first half and full time, so both halves at 170 European odds. I think it's a decent one. By the way, 2 things before we go to the very last and big games to shout. First of all, in 20 minutes time after this show, we will go with Bundesliga, because we know that at 5 p.m. there is the Champions League glow, even if our follower Sean NCK is saying, I'm not going to watch Champions League glow, I'm going to watch Dundalk game in Europa League. Why am I mentioning him? Because he's a great guy that is sending me over a Dundalk shirt. I'm going to become a Dundalk fan. You will see it here behind.
He's begging bowl out again.
So grande show. Grandissimo show. Grandissimo show.
By the way, before to go in the last match, I want to say that I'm pulling the trigger here on this Rio Ave AC Milan match today. Both teams to score at even money.
Okay.
Let me also thank Musti saying Tank covers all the angles, doesn't leave no stone unturned. And I also, because it's not going to happen other weeks that I will be like this, he's saying it's like Sherlock Holmes always fingering bets. I love that. I never heard that expression, but I love that. And there are also some I love you here and there. I love you all, guys. Sorry, as it's not going to happen again.
Flash, do you wanna come with me to drink a coffee before to let him speak a little bit?
Sorry. I wanted just to say thanks to Bashir Idris to saying Tan, I love you, and there was another one that loved me, but I love you too, all guys. It just is never going to happen again that I'm going to do clean sweep. So I'm making the most of this. Sir Del is saying, love you, Tank. Sorry. Keep going for the big one, for you and Napoli. And mind, we will start then at past the Bundesliga show to finish on time for the Champions League draw that you will be able to watch all together. Sorry, Flash, go on.
Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and this is the Oscars best speech. And obviously, we've just had Tan there accepting the best tipster award. No. Behave yourself, lads, because otherwise there'll be no Champions League draw for you. Juventus at plus 100, draw plus 280, and Napoli at plus 350, Alex.
Let me tell you why I believe that Inter have the chance this season to fight for the title. Not because they are ready, but because Juventus are showing signs of I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to take from Juventus in these first two matches. The 3-0 in the first match was okay, simple, let's say. The 2-2 against Roma was very complicated. Okay, let's give them the fact that they played with a red card for half from the second half, but they managed to score the equalizer. Okay, everyone will say that is all about Cristiano Ronaldo, and if they wouldn't have Cristiano Ronaldo, they would we should have 2-3 teams in front of them in the standings this season. So Napoli, I think that they have a chance to pull off the upset. I don't know. I really think that Napoli can take at least 1 point from this match. But the idea is not that. I think that we'll see goals, and the over 2.5 goals at 1.9 looks like the decent bet. But also, if you want to take some value, Napoli draw double chance at 1.86, so Napoli plus 0.5.
I wrote down double chance Napoli. I just think that they're a little bit lethargic, a little bit overconfident, and their tempo is not what it should be for Serie A champions, Tan.
You mean Juventus, right? Not Napoli.
Yeah,
Juventus.
Of course I mean Juventus.
Okay. Yeah, you are on point. Pirlo's team, well, we saw only 2 games of Pirlo, so we are judging on what we are discovering. They too don't know themselves. What we have learned so far is that they are electric because there is always movement, there is always attempt to play, but there is no discipline at the moment, no tactical discipline, which is very unusual for Juventus. Juventus are playing this 3-5-2. A lot is spending on Cristiano Ronaldo, but while against Sampdoria, they were getting close to the goal many times. Well, against Roma, they struggled a lot when they found someone that was much more structured on the pitch. The defense is always exposed to the vertical attack from the opponents, and we can be sure that against Napoli will be the same. There is too much space behind the back of the midfield, and Napoli that will miss Insigne for a month for a muscular injury. Otherwise, maybe Gattuso would have played again the 4 forwards up front, but will play with this front line where Osimhen is this so fast but also so unselfish center forward that is creating so much for the others. This being so quick behind the back of Juventus will expose them a lot. Although still we can't deny that the shape of Cristiano Ronaldo is absolutely top at the moment. That's why over 1.90, for me, it is the same, one of my top 5 picks.
Okay, Freddie, let's have a little look at the official selections, and you'll see the asterisks will be up there if there's a banker involved. Please, Freddie. Okay, Alex has gone with Sassuolo and over 2.5 at plus 105. Lazio and Inter over 1.5 in the second half at minus 125. Milan minus 1.5. Asian handicap minus 135. Juve and Napoli over 2.5 at minus 110. Now here they come, the big sizzling picks. Juve and Napoli over 2.5 at minus 110. Lazio double chance at minus 145. Udinese and Roma, both teams to score, minus 135. Sassuolo and Crotone over 2.5 goals in the game at minus 150. And Fiorentina and Sampdoria, both teams to score at minus 135. Mine, Sassuolo, minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap at plus 120. You see the asterisks. There's my banker. Milan win to nil at minus 125. And I'm not complicating it. I'm going Bologna plus 150. Now, remember, we need to put two teams or two games forward for the two-team parlay, and it'll be 8 right across the European leagues. I'm happy to go with Sassuolo and over 1.5 if you boys are in agreement with that. And this week, I'm going to buck the trend, and I'm going to listen to you, Tan, because last week I didn't listen to you, and the one that you wanted to put forward came up. So come on.
I would say Fiorentina, Sampdoria, both teams to score.
And that's exactly what we're going to do then. It's going to be Fiorentina and Sampdoria, both teams to score, and Sassuolo and over 1.5 goals. That's the two-team parlay. That'll go together with the two selections we put together yesterday with Premier League. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell, and that means that we'll just give you a little shout. We'll make you aware of any content that we do so you don't miss it, and also press a link in the article, and that will get you over to all the writing from Alex, from Tan, from Dave, from Martin, and everyone else on every other sport that we cover from SBR. Gentlemen, I'll see you again very soon, because remember, in about 15 minutes, we've got the Bundesliga coming up. Now, that is the opposite to Serie A. Serie A, we're on fire. Bundesliga, it's tin helmets on, and it's freezing. We'll see you again soon. You take care.